And you don't have to sit with crossed legs. You can sit any way that you'd like. If you have props and you want to tuck something underneath your tailbone, anything at all to make yourself more comfortable. Take a moment to really feel grounded. Feel your sits bone, your tailbones reaching into the ground, imagining roots moving down into the center of the earth. And see if you can envision yourself drawing up that unconditional love, stability, and balance that the earth provides us. As you exhale, see if you can sink into your grounding more deeply. And with your next inhalation, lifting tall towards the heavens, finding your body perfectly poised in between Mother Earth and Father Sky. And as you feel that nice lengthening through your spine, inhaling and lengthening, exhale and see if you can allow the external body, the skin, to soften on the bones while maintaining that internal uplift. And now bring your awareness to your body and notice how it feels today. Remember that you can modify any pose today, either making it a little more energetic or a fuller expression of a pose, or you can, on the other hand, take it down to a more relaxed version. You can always rest through a pose. So notice how your body feels on this day, and remember to honor that. Bringing your awareness now to your breath, and notice if your breath is fast or slow, if it's deep or shallow, and beginning to deepen your breath, breathing all the way into the abdomen, puffing it out with air, then your rib cage and in your chest, releasing the air, chest, rib cage, abdomen. And as you breathe fully and completely, you're allowing your body to make a move into a relaxation response. Remembering throughout the class to breathe as fully and deeply as you can. And we'll go ahead and chant 3 ohms together. So inhaling for Om. Once again, feeling that nice tall spine. Inhale, and as you exhale, lower your chin towards your chest and just begin to rotate the head in a circle. And as you move the head in a circle, just notice if there's any place that feels a little tense or tight, you can stop and take some breaths, or if you'd like, you can reach up and just massage that part of the neck or shoulders. Always breathing fully and deeply, and as you breathe, take the breath to any place that feels tense or tight. And on the exhalation, see if you can allow that tension or tightness to leave with the breath, circling the opposite direction if you haven't already. Good. And then whenever you're ready, the next time the chin comes to the chest, you bring your head back to center, and let's shrug the shoulders up close to the ears. Inhale, exhale, release. Inhale up, exhale, release. Inhale up. Exhale, let go of any tension in your shoulders. You may just want to begin to rotate your shoulders one direction, other. Good. And then coming back to center. Let's go ahead and just circle the torso. So you might want to make those circles really large, or they might be smaller. As you circle, notice how your spine feels. Notice if there's a little part of your spine that maybe needs extra attention. Always breathing fully and deeply, and whenever you're ready, you may want to begin to circle the other direction. Perfect. Yeah. And then whenever you're ready, coming back to center, let's extend the legs straight out. You may want to flex and point your feet, and then just bring one leg in, cradle it in. It can be in close or it can be far away, and rock it from side to side. The leg that's extended can be tucked in if that's more comfortable for you. So again, the leg can be in close, it can be far away. You can do a combination of those, or if you'd like, you can begin to even circle it one direction and the other. So just beginning to warm up our legs and our hips. And then whenever you're ready, we'll switch to the other side. So again, the leg that's on the ground can be tucked or lengthened. Just notice what your hips, your legs need right now. And close, far away, circle, and always, always breathe. And whenever you're ready, release. You may want to just extend your legs and flex and point the feet. Circle the ankles one direction and the other. And whenever you're ready, we're going to come to standing and move into sun salutations. Perfect. So stepping to the very top of your mat, we'll move through some really gentle sun salutes. Remember that you can always add your own variations. So having your feet directly below your hips, bring your palms to the heart center, coming into mountain pose. Exhale, and as you inhale, reach the arms all the way up, a little bit of a backward bend. And then exhale, fold forward. Place your hands on either side of the feet with the knees slightly bent, and bring your left leg far back, all the way to the back of the mat. And you can drop that back knee if you'd like, or you can keep it raised, your choice. Take a moment to inhale forward, and then as you exhale, step into downward dog. Front foot comes back, and take a moment here to pedal the feet. So you may want to come up on the toes of both feet, you may want to reach one and then the other down towards the mat. Whatever feels good. And whenever you're ready, coming back to stillness, and we'll lower down. We'll lower knees, chest, and chin. So lower your knees, chest and chin, pelvis slightly raised, elbows in close to the body, and then lowering the pelvis, lifting the chest up. Inhale, and as you exhale, stepping back into downward dog. Bring your gaze up between the hands, place your left foot there. Help it along if you need to, just tug it up there so that the foot's flat on the ground, and back knee can be raised or lowered. Inhale. And as you exhale, back foot steps forward, coming into standing forward fold. Inhale, reach the arms all the way back. A little bit of a backward bend. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Release the arms and the legs. And just take some breaths. Move around in any way that you need to. Perfect. Let's do a second round. We're going to add some variations on this round. So stepping to the top of the mat, palms together at the heart center. Exhale. As you inhale, reach the arms all the way up, a little bit of a backward bend. Exhale, fold forward. Let's go ahead and come into half fold. So bring your hands to the shins, top of the head extends out, inhale. And as you exhale, just hug your upper body towards the legs. Inhale, half fold. Exhale, hug the upper body towards the legs. One more time, inhale, half fold. Exhale, hug the upper body towards the legs. Place your hands on either side of the feet, knees slightly bent. And this time, right leg goes far back. Perfect. Go ahead and lower the back knee down to the ground. We're going to inhale forward, and then as you exhale, bring the front leg to a more straightened position. It doesn't have to come all the way straight. Inhale forward, open through the chest, and exhale, slide the hips back. So just continue moving back and forth. And again, you can make this movement as large or as small as feels good to you. Good. And the next time you're forward, coming to stillness, we'll move into the monkey pose. So you can bring your hands to the knee, pelvis presses forward and down, chest is open. It's a little bit of a backward bend, or if you'd like, you can change your hand position. Maybe bring your arms overhead or beside or behind the body. Perfect. Feeling that nice backward bend as your pelvis presses forward, using your breath, and then framing the front foot, or you can bring the hands to the inside of the front foot if that's better for you. Inhale, and as you exhale, front foot steps back, coming into downward dog. Perfect. And on this round of downward dog, it might feel nice for you to move into three-legged dog. You can extend one leg back and up, keep your hips square to the mat, or stack your hips, whatever feels nice to you. Perfect. And whenever you're ready, changing to the other leg. Using your breath. A good modification for this is to come down onto the knees and do the same thing. Whenever you're ready, coming back into downward dog, and we'll lower down knees, chest, and chin, or any other variation that you know and love. And then inhale, you can come into low cobra as we have, or if you'd like to press on the hands and move further up, you can come into upward dog. Make sure there's space between your ears and your shoulders. Perfect. You may even want to look over one shoulder and then the other. Whenever you're ready though, you can come back to center and exhale into downward dog. And back into that inverted V. Nice. Bring your gaze up between the hands and place your right foot there. Help it along if you need to. Back knee lowers to the ground. And again, we'll just slide the pelvis forward, opening through the chest, and then exhale. Back, front foot comes to a more straightened position. Toes can stay on the ground or they can lift. Perfect. Just noticing what your body needs and making the movement as large or as small as feels good to you today. And then when next you're forward, coming to stillness and making your way into the monkey pose. So again, hands can be on the knee, they can be overhead, really any hand position that feels nice to you. Just find that place where your pelvis can press forward and down, your chest is open, finding a bit of a backward bend. Beautiful. Breathe. And whenever you're ready, bringing the hands down to either frame the front foot or to the inside. Inhale and step forward with an exhalation. Standing forward fold. Take a minute to just dangle here. Let the top of the head release. You may want to cross the arms at the elbows. You may wish to walk your hands around to one side or the other. Nod your head, move your shoulders, whatever feels nice. Perfect. And then whenever you're ready, make your way back to center. Exhale, and with an inhalation, reach the arms all the way up overhead. A little bit of a backward bend. And exhale, hands to the heart center. Release the arms and the legs and take some breaths. Perfect. Let's go ahead and move into our third round. So again, stepping to the top of your mat, palms together at the heart center, exhale. We'll do some twisting on this round. So inhale, reach the arms all the way up, a little bit of a backward bend, and before we go forward, come straight up overhead, look over your right shoulder and twist through just the upper spine. There you go. Inhale back to center, exhale, twisting to the other side. Inhale back to center, exhale, fold forward. One more twist. Left hand comes to the right leg or foot, and right arm reaches overhead. Back to center in the other side. And back to center. Place your hands on either side of the feet, knees slightly bent, left leg goes far back. And again, you can lower that back knee down to the ground or keep it raised as we move into the monkey pose, Anjaneyasana. Perfect, hand position of your choice. Maybe try something you haven't tried before. If you haven't ever had your arms beside the body, it can be really nice to open through the chest. Using your breath, and then whenever you're ready, bringing the front foot with the hands. Let's go ahead and move into twist. So secure your left hand down to the ground and right arm reaches overhead. Beautiful. Back to center. Place your hands on either side of the front foot. Inhale. As you exhale, step into downward dog. Front foot steps back. Perfect. And if it's comfortable to do so, you can extend your right leg back and up in three-legged dog. We're going to make our way into pigeon pose. So bring your knee towards your thumb. So you'll bring your knee towards your thumb. Your leg can be all the way underneath the body, all the way out at a 90-degree angle, probably somewhere in between. See if you can square your hips towards the small edge of the mat. Take a moment to frame that knee with the hands and open through the chest. Find your backward bend. You can stay here, but you can fold forward into extended pigeon. And if that's not working for you, you can move into reclining pigeon instead. So you can just roll onto your back and move into reclining pigeon. And whichever one you've chosen, take a moment to see if you can square your hips towards the front of the mat. Breathe. Change the position up any way that you need to enhance your comfort or to make the stretch exactly what you need today, whether that's more or less. Use your breath. Perfect. Remember that you can hold any pose as long as you'd like, and you can also come out of any pose whenever you'd like. Perfect. whenever you're ready, just beginning to make your way out of the pose in whatever way feels good to you. You can come back into that raised position. You can step back into downward dog. We're gonna do the same thing with the other leg. So extend the other leg back, three-legged dog, and then bring that knee towards the thumb. Same thumb. Perfect. Bringing the leg all the way underneath, remembering that you can tuck it all the way underneath you. Find that raised position where you've got a little bit of a backward bend, and then whenever you're ready, folding forward into extended pigeon. See if you can square your hips towards the front of the mat. Release your shoulders. Notice if there's any place that you're holding tension that isn't exactly keeping you in this position, right? Sometimes we have facial muscles that we're holding on to. That's probably not going to help you in pigeon. Breathe and release into the pose. Perfect. Always remembering that you can move out of the pose and into child's pose or onto all fours. Or back into downward dog whenever your body tells you it's time. And whenever you are ready, go ahead now and make yourself into the raised position and moving back into downward dog. Perfect. And now lower down. You can lower knees, chest, and chin, or any other variation. And then inhale into low cobra, all the way into upward dog. Perfect. Exhale, downward dog. Bring your gaze up between the hands. Place your left foot there. Help it along if you need to. That knee raised or lowered, moving into the monkey pose, Anjaneyasana. Finding that backward bend. Perfect. Using your breath, and whenever you're ready, making your way into twist, placing your right hand on the ground, the left arm reaches overhead. Beautiful. Perfect. And whenever you're ready, releasing the twist, framing the front foot, inhale, and as you exhale, step forward. Standing forward, fold. Take a moment to bend the knees and see if you can just let your torso rest on your thighs. You can reach around and grasp on behind if you like. And you can always begin to bring the legs to a more straightened position while you hug yourself there, or you can just stay there and let your torso rest on your thighs. See if you can really feel that nice release in your lower back. Breathe in. Perfect. Exhale, and with the next inhalation, reach the arms all the way up. A little bit of a backward bend. And exhale, hands to the heart center. Release the arms and the legs and take some breaths. Perfect. We're going to move into standing poses. And we'll begin with a balancing pose. So to start with, we're going to do tree. I want to remind you that for tree pose, you can have your foot just as a kickstand. You can bring it to the calf or to the thigh. Or if you're feeling really enthusiastic today and you want to move it into half lotus, you can do that. Okay? So if you're on a thicker mat, if you move towards the ground, sometimes that's helpful. Finding a focal point, something in front of you that's not moving, is super helpful as well. And remember, always with balancing poses, as we engage our core, we're able to balance a little bit better. So finding that focal point, really spreading the toes wide and standing tall, feeling grounded, and then shifting. You can choose either foot to balance with to begin. Bring your foot either as a kickstand, just to the calf, maybe to the thigh. And you can keep your hands beside the body. You can bring your hands to the heart center, or if you'd like to let your tree grow, you can bring it all the way up overhead. Use your breath. Hold it as long as you'd like. Always remember, you can come out whenever your body tells you it's time. And when you do decide to come out of the pose, just releasing your arms and your legs, you may want to take a minute to shake it out. We'll move to the other side. So again, spread your toes wide, feel nice and grounded. Bring the other foot just to the ankle, the calf, the thigh. Bring your hands to the heart center, or if you'd like, you can allow your arms to reach towards the sky. Use your breath. Perfect. Hold it as long as you'd like. Remember, you get to come out whenever it's time for your body to come out. Okay. And you just want to take a second to rock your hips from side to side or circle your hips one direction and the other. You want to shake out your arms, your hands. Perfect. Let's move into one more standing pose. Actually, we'll probably do more than one. Let's move into the pyramid pose. So step to about the middle of your mat. And step your right foot just a comfortable step forward. You'll turn the back heel in. Square your hips and shoulders towards the long edge of the mat. Take a moment to feel the top of the head really lengthening. You may even want to take a moment to open towards the ceiling. Inhale, and as you exhale, folding forward. And you can pause as your back is parallel to the ground. If you'd like, you can lower your hands down to the leg or even all the way down to the floor, whatever's available to you. And take a moment to breathe and release into the pose. See if you can keep your hips square towards the small edge of the mat. Perfect. And you can stay right here, or if you'd like a little bit more of a chest opener, you can bring your hands behind, clasp them together, and lift them away from the buttocks. Makes it a little bit more of a balancing pose. Hold it as long as you'd like. And whenever you're ready, you can make your way out of the pose the same way that you came into it. And then step your feet together. Take a moment to just release your feet, your ankles. And we'll do the same thing to the other side. So once again, stepping to the middle of your mat. And this time, opposite foot steps forward. Turn the back heel in, square the hips towards the small edge of the mat. Bring your hands to your hips. You may want to open towards the ceiling. Inhale, and as you exhale, folding forward, finding that place where your back is parallel to the ground. And then lowering down into the pose. Perfect. You can stay right here, or if you'd like, you can sweep your hands around behind the back, clasp them together, and lift them away from the buttocks. Beautiful. You guys are stable and balanced today. Anybody falling out of their pose? Whenever you're ready, make your way out of the pose the same way that you came into it. And step your feet together. You may just want to take a moment to release in any way that you need to. Let's do some standing poses with wide legs. Let's turn towards the wall of the tree and step your left foot to the front of the mat. Your right foot comes in at an angle. And we'll move into triangle pose, right? So taking a moment to square your hips and shoulders towards the long edge of the mat, arms reach out, shoulders lowered, inhale. And as you exhale, reaching towards the wall behind me and lowering down. Perfect. Right arm can stay raised, or if you'd like to bring it alongside the ear for a little bit more of a stretch, or you can always bring your hand to the waist or behind the waistline. Take a moment to notice that your openness through your hips. See if you can keep your body in one plane, as though there's a piece of glass in front of you and one behind you. You're right in between. Hold it as long as you'd like, but whenever you're ready, coming all the way up out of the pose. And now we'll bend the left knee. Left arm reaches up and over, coming into exalted warrior or shanti warrior. Use your breath. Perfect. Whenever you're ready, come on up. Releasing all together. And stay the direction you are, just change your feet. So now right foot points to the end of the mat, left foot comes in at an angle, arms reach out, shoulders lower, top of the head lifts tall, inhale. And as you exhale, moving into triangle pose. Perfect. Remember, you can change that hand position. Top hand can stay lifted. It can come alongside the ear, or you can wrap it around the back of the waistline. Use your breath. Every inhalation, you're bringing in fresh prana. Every exhalation, letting go of anything that's not serving you. And whenever you're ready, top arm reaches all the way up. We'll bend the right knee now. Right arm reaches up and over. Coming into exalted warrior. Use your breath. And whenever you're ready, making your way out of the pose, turn all 10 toes towards the long edge of the mat. You can bring your hands to your hips, inhale. And as you exhale, just fold forward. Your hands can come down to the ground, they can come to the legs. Whatever feels good to you. You may even want to walk your hands around to one side or the other. You may want to step your hands through the legs to pull yourself a little further into the pose, or even bring them out a bit, kind of like a wide leg downward dog. Perfect. And whenever you're ready, walk yourself back to center. Place your left hand on the ground, and then right arm reaches overhead, coming into a twist. Perfect. Back to center and the other side. And back to center. Bring your hands to your hips, hinge back up. And then heel toe, your feet together. And we're gonna make our way down to the mat. So coming into child's pose. In child's pose, your knees can be together, but it might be more comfortable if they're a little bit apart. Your toes are together. And you can bring your forehead towards the mat, or if you'd like, you can stack fists and rest your forehead on stacked fists. If this is not comfortable for you at all, you can always keep your buttocks raised as you bring your forehead down to the ground. Child's pose is a relaxation position. So again, just notice, is there something you can do to change the position up a little bit so that you can release into it a bit more? Perfect. Your arms can be outstretched or they can wrap around the body. Notice your breath. Are you breathing fully and deeply all the way into the abdomen, the rib cage, and the chest? If you're not, perhaps you can. And then whenever you're ready, we'll walk ourselves forward onto the mat. So coming all the way down. And we're gonna move into a backward bending boat pose. So you've got some options here. Your arms can be alongside the body with your hands active. You can have your arms in a T, or you can reach your arms all the way up overhead, right? So your choice. Forehead comes to the mat. Exhale, and as you inhale, extend the top of the head straight out and the legs straight out, lifting both halves of the body at the same time. Perfect. Just like that. Breathe in this position, and remember, you get to come out whenever your body tells you it's time to do so. Listen to your body. When you do decide to come out of the pose, just move into a relaxation position. You can keep your hands where they are, or if you'd like, you can bring your arms up and rest your forehead on your arms in the crocodile pose. We usually have our legs a little wider apart when we practice crocodile. Perfect. Take some breaths, noticing that you're breathing all the way into the abdomen, the rib cage, and the chest. And we'll do one more backward bending pose, and you have a choice. You can practice backward bending boat as you just did, or if you'd like, you can move into the bow pose. So if you're practicing backward bending boat, same hand position or different. If you're gonna practice the bow pose, you'll bend your knees and grasp onto the feet or the ankles. Forehead comes to the mat, exhale, As you inhale, press the feet into the hands and lift both halves of the body at the same time. Perfect. Breathing fully and deeply in both of these poses, the ones that you're all doing. The awareness is in the entire spine. Whether you're in backward bending bow or bow pose. Hold it as long as you'd like. Remember, you get to come out whenever you're ready. And when you do decide to come out of the pose, you may want to turn your head to one side, let your arms relax in whatever way feels appropriate to you. And if you'd like, you can bend your knees and just let your feet fall from one side to the other if that feels nice. Perfect. And whenever you're ready, press yourself back through child's pose. We're gonna sit up and come into staff pose. So bring your legs straight out in front of you. Swing your legs around, bring your legs straight out in front of you. Take a moment to make sure that you're sitting on your sits bones. You need to pull the flesh away a little bit and really sit nice and tall. If you have a prop and you'd like to sit on a blanket, that gives you a little bit more height and sometimes makes this position a little bit more comfortable. We'll move now into Janu Shirsasana, the head to knee pose. So if you would, hug your right knee in and just take a moment to notice how you can allow that to help you lift nice and tall through the spine. Inhale and exhale, and you may just want to lower your knee down towards the ground. If you have a prop you want to tuck underneath there, that's fine. Palms together at the heart center. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. And as you exhale, folding forward. Let your hands fall wherever they comfortably do, so they can be on the leg, they can be on the floor. And take a moment to just relax into the pose, allowing gravity and the breath to do the work. Every inhalation, you'll feel the air expand through your back, and every exhalation, finding the air falling just a bit more forward into the pose. Perfect. It's always an option for you to kind of move out of the pose, resituate yourself, and come back into the pose, or you could just stay right where you are. Deep breaths. And whenever you're ready, exhale. And with an inhalation, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Release the arms and the legs. Let's head the leg in. Again, sit nice and tall. Lower that knee down towards the ground. The sole of the foot just rests against the thigh. Palms together at the heart center. Inhale up. And as you exhale, folding forward. And just find that place that's comfortable for you. Certainly if you can grasp onto your foot, you're welcome to do that. If that's not available, it's not needed. Finding wherever your body feels like it needs to be today. Every inhalation, feeling the air expand, and every exhalation, find the air falling just a bit more forward into the pose. Exhale, and with the next inhalation, reach the arms out and all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Release the arms and the legs. Let's bring the soles of the feet together and come into Baddha Konasana. You may want to take a minute just to rock from side to side. We have a tendency to pull the feet in really close. You can do that, but if you want to give yourself a little bit more room, sometimes we can do a better forward fold. We've got a little bit more room, so you can bring your legs out a little bit if that's more comfortable. Palms together at the heart center. Inhale all the way up and then lengthen out. And exhale, folding forward into the bound ankle pose. Let your hands rest on the legs, on the floor. If you'd like, you can always tuck your hands underneath your legs if that makes it a little bit more comfortable for you. Every inhalation, bringing in fresh prana, life force, chi to every cell in your body. With every exhalation, you're letting go of anything that's not serving you. Any tension, any tightness, or maybe emotions or mind states that aren't serving your highest good. Hold it as long as you'd like, but remember, as always, you get to come out of any pose whenever your body tells you it's time. And when you do decide to come out of the pose, you may want to bring your legs together and just round and arch the spine so you can grasp onto your knees, round and arch. Take a moment to notice how your spine feels. Perfect. We're going to make our way into our inversion. And so today we're going to practice one of two poses. Either we'll practice waterfall pose or legs up the wall pose, right? So if you're going to practice waterfall, it's pretty simple. You'll just lie on your back and your legs can be overhead. If you have a prop, a block perhaps that you want to tuck underneath your hips, you're welcome to do that as well. Otherwise, you can practice legs up the wall pose. And to practice that, you'll sit with your buttocks up close to the wall, sideways, and just turn yourself around so that your legs can rest against the wall, okay? And whichever inversion you've chosen, just take a moment to feel your legs begin to lighten as all the blood flows back to your torso so that it can become reoxygenated. It's a really good thing to do, especially at the end of the day, but anytime. Use your deep breathing. You get the maximum benefit having your legs straight up in the air, but you can change your leg position anytime you'd like. You can make a V with the legs or move your legs back into the bound angle pose that we were just in moments ago. Wrap one leg around the other, or whatever feels nice. Using your breath. Always remember that you can hold it as long as you'd like. You can come out whenever you're ready. Whenever you are in this position or any position and it begins to be uncomfortable, always come out of the pose. And whenever you're ready, making your way out of the pose, turn over onto one side and turn towards the mat and push yourself up to seated. We'll bring the legs straight out in front of us, once again coming into staff pose. So if you need to pull the flesh away a little bit, find that nice tall pose. Let's hug the right knee in and cross it over. And you can either hug that leg in or you can bring the elbow to the outside of the knee. So we're all going to look over our right shoulder. Inhale, lift, and exhale, twist. With every breath, you're twisting just a little bit more. We practice twists at the end of the hatha part of our class so that we can release all the things that we've worked out through the hatha part of the session. Holding it as long as you'd like. Maybe twisting just a little bit more. And whenever you're ready, releasing the head and the shoulders and giving a slight counter twist to the other side. And back to center, release the legs. And now to the other side. So hug the left knee in, cross it over. Hug that leg in. Left hand comes to the base of the spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Perfect. The toes of the extended foot are pointing up towards the ceiling or back towards the face. You can always tuck that leg in if it's more comfortable. Every inhalation, lifting, lengthening, And every exhalation, twisting just a little bit more, even looking the direction that you'd like to twist towards. Using your breath. Whenever you're ready, release the twist, head, the shoulders, slight counter twist to the other side. Good, and back to center. Release the hands. Bring the legs into a comfortable cross-leg position, whatever that is for you. If cross legs aren't comfortable, any position's okay. Bring your hands behind the back, and we'll grasp onto one wrist with the opposite hand and just let them rest against the lower back or buttocks, moving into Yoga Mudra, the yogic seal. Inhale, and as you exhale, folding forward. Only going as far as is comfortable for you. Sealing in all the energy of the class thus far. And making it a very slow and deliberate movement, beginning to make your way back up to seated. Keeping your awareness within, coming back to seated, and then making your way into Savasana. So in Savasana, we typically have our legs about mat width apart. That helps to release your lower back. And if you have a bolster or a rolled blanket or something you'd like to put underneath your knees, that further releases your lower back. Your arms are a bit away from the body, palms facing up. And I only ask that you don't put a big pillow or a blanket underneath your head so that you keep your spine in alignment, even all the way to the top of the head. So in this part of the class, we'll tighten and release all the muscles of the body. And as the signal's given to tighten, you'll lift that part of the body a few inches from the ground, tightening every muscle. As the signal's given to release, you'll allow that part of the body to fall to the ground and forget about it, releasing every muscle in that part of the body. Bring the awareness to the left leg and foot, and if it's comfortable to do so, lift it a few inches, flexing and pointing, tightening every muscle, tight, 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 and release. Bring the awareness to the opposite leg and foot, lifting it a few inches, flexing, pointing, tightening every muscle, tight, 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 release. Bring the awareness to the hips and buttocks, tightening the hips and buttocks, feel them lift and shift, release. Bring the awareness to the abdomen, puff the abdomen out with air like a balloon, hold the air in, open the mouth, release. Do the same thing with the chest, fill it with air, open the mouth, release. Bring the awareness to both arms and hands, lifting them a few inches, stretching the fingers wide, making fists, stretching the fingers wide, making fists, tightening every muscle, tight, 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 release. Bring the awareness to the shoulders, shrug the shoulders up close to the ears, lower the shoulders down towards the feet. Bring the shoulders together in front of the body, shoulder blades together behind the body, and release. Bring the awareness to the neck and throat, gently swallowing, allowing the throat to soften. Bring the awareness to the chin and jaw, open the mouth, move the jaw from side to side, front to back, up and down. Puff the cheeks out with air, pucker the cheeks in, press the lips together, wrinkle the nose, lift the eyebrows, wrinkle the forehead, and release. Allow your body to find its comfortable resting position and just forget about it. Next, we'll do a mental scan of the body. And as the awareness is brought to that part of the body without moving it, notice if there's any tension remaining, and if there is, send a mental message of relaxation to that part of the body. Bring the awareness to the toes, the ball of the foot, the arch, the heel, the ankle, calves, shins, knees, backs of knees, thighs, hamstrings, hips, buttocks, abdomen, ribcage, chest, lower back, middle back, upper back. Bring the awareness all the way down to the fingertips, the fingers, palms of the hand, backs of the hand, thumbs, wrists, forearms, elbows, upper arms, all relaxed. The shoulders, the neck and the throat, the chin and the jaw, the tongue and the lips, the cheeks, the nose, the eyes and the eyelids, the forehead, and the top of the head. And as the body relaxes completely, keep the mind bright. As the body relaxes completely, the breath becomes very subtle and relaxed. Without altering the breath at all, just bring your awareness there. Notice the gentle inhalation and the exhalation. Remain a witness to the breath. Bring the awareness to the mind. Notice any thoughts as they come and go, allowing them to pass without becoming involved, like clouds floating through a beautiful blue sky. Bring the awareness to the peace within. This peace is your true nature. A witness to the body, the breath, and the mind. Take a few minutes to really feel that peace and enjoy it.